Located near the Port of Los Angeles in Wilmington, California, the Barracks Civil War Museum is the only remaining Civil War-era military facility in the Los Angeles area. American History TV visited the museum to learn about California's role in the Civil War, from shipments of gold that helped finance the conflict to a battle fought in New Mexico that turned back a small Confederate invasion from Texas. This is part one of a two-part program.
Hello, my name is Susan Ogle, and I'm the director here at the Barracks Civil War Museum in Wilmington, California. You can see that our building is an old one, 1862. This was one of 22 buildings here at the military post that was built during the Civil War. Its purpose was to protect the harbor, keep the peace, and keep California firmly in the Union. Let's go inside and start our tour. We have the models of the actual Barracks military post. These little models were made by Vince Manchester, who was one of the caretakers here in the 1960s and 70s. They're a wonderful three-dimensional example so that you can get a quick idea of how big this place was. The Barracks was not a single building that you see today. It was 22 buildings on 60 acres of land, plus land on the waterfront. It was a big place. The Barracks was located here in Wilmington because of Phineas Banning and Benjamin Wilson. These two business entrepreneurs wrote to the government in Washington in 1861 and said, "We are worried that there is a lot of Confederate sympathy here in Southern California. We would like to have a military post established here, and we will give you 60 acres of land if you will build a military post here." Washington said, "Yes, we've heard the rumors too. We're also concerned, and we accept your donation, and we will build our military post." So that's how Barracks came to be here in Wilmington, California. One of everybody's favorite aspects is the camels. They wonder why we've got that metal camel outside. Well, there were camels here at the Barracks, 36 of them for a year and a half during the Civil War. The Camel Experiment began in the 1850s when Jefferson Davis, who was at that point the Secretary of War for the United States, decided it would be a good idea to bring some camels over to the United States from the Middle East and try using them as pack animals in the desert. It took him a while to get it moving, but they did it. They brought 2 loads of camels over here, 77 in all different kinds, and that's why it's so fun to see these different images here, because there's Bactrian camels, which are the 2-humped camels from Asia, and there's the single-humped camels, which are the dromedaries, and those come from North Africa, the Saharan desert. And while the soldiers had a dickens of a time getting used to working with them, they really did work well. They can carry huge amounts. They'll eat darn near anything, it seems like, and they could go for long periods of water without water. The water that they carry actually is in their blood. It's not in the hump that you see on the camels. The humps are filled with fat, so that's food storage. The Camel Experiment did end. The problem was they had to expand it or drop it. And the response when they asked for more money and more camels was, "Hey guys, we've got a war going on. We're not going to do this." So they were told to march the camels up to the northern part of San Francisco Bay on the north side to Benicia Barracks and auction them off, and they did that. We have here one of 3 copies of the only picture that's known of camels in the West. We've researched it. We feel that this was taken by a French photographer. His name Rudolph Derouz, and he came out here to do a survey, to take photographs for a survey. There's one in the Bancroft Library, one over here in the Banning, and we have the 3rd. So we're very proud of this. It's really fun to see how the detail on such a tiny picture can come up and be blown up to this large size.
You can view more American Artifacts programs at cspanvideo.org. Type American Artifacts in the search box.